Welcome to Celestial Zodiac. Mercury is retrograde once again, but before you panic, let's talk about what that actually means. Contrary to popular belief, Mercury isn't moving backward in the sky. It's an optical illusion caused by the way Earth and Mercury orbit the Sun. In astrology, however, Mercury appears to reverse direction, and that symbolic shift is associated with slowing down the areas of life that Mercury rules: communication, thinking, travel, technology, paperwork, learning, and decision-making. During a Mercury retrograde, misunderstandings are more common, plans may change unexpectedly, and delays can test our patience. But this isn't the universe trying to make life difficult. Mercury retrograde is an invitation to pause, review, and make sure we're moving in the right direction before pushing ahead. What makes this retrograde especially meaningful is that Mercury is traveling backward through Cancer, one of the most emotional and intuitive signs of the zodiac. Cancer governs our home, family, memories, roots, emotional security, and the people and places that make us feel safe. Instead of focusing only on schedules and logistics, this Mercury retrograde asks us to look inward. Old conversations may resurface. You could hear from someone from your past, revisit family matters, or find yourself reflecting on experiences you thought were long behind you. Emotions may feel closer to the surface, making it easier to react from memory rather than from the present moment. This is an excellent time to reconnect with loved ones, organize your home, revisit unfinished projects, or heal emotional patterns that have been quietly influencing your life. Rather than rushing into major decisions, use this period to reflect, revise, and strengthen your foundation. The more patient and intentional you are, the more valuable the lessons of this retrograde can become. In today's video, we'll explore how Mercury retrograde in Cancer will affect each of the 12 zodiac signs. While everyone experiences this transit differently, knowing where Cancer falls in your chart can help you understand which areas of life are asking for your attention. So, let's dive in and see what Mercury retrograde has in store for your sign. Aries. Mercury retrograde in Cancer turns your attention toward your home, family, and emotional foundation. Over the next few weeks, you may find yourself revisiting conversations with relatives, reconnecting with family members, or reflecting on memories that still carry emotional weight. If tensions arise at home, try not to react too quickly. Mercury retrograde has a way of exposing misunderstandings so they can finally be resolved. This is also an excellent time to organize your living space, complete home projects you've been putting off, or review plans involving a move or renovation. Emotionally, you're being asked to slow down and examine what truly makes you feel secure. The more willing you are to listen instead of assuming, the easier it will be to strengthen your closest relationships. By the time Mercury turns direct, you could feel more grounded and emotionally settled than you have in quite some time. Taurus. This Mercury retrograde activates your sector of communication, learning, and your immediate environment. Be extra mindful of texts, emails, paperwork, and conversations, as small misunderstandings could quickly snowball into bigger issues if assumptions are made. Double-check appointments, travel plans, and important documents before moving forward. At the same time, this transit offers an opportunity to reconnect with siblings, neighbors, classmates, or friends you haven't spoken to in a while. You may also find yourself rethinking a decision, revisiting an old idea, or discovering information that changes your perspective. Cancer's emotional influence encourages you to communicate with compassion rather than stubbornness. Choosing your words carefully and listening with empathy can transform what begins as a misunderstanding into a meaningful breakthrough. This is a wonderful period for editing, researching, studying, or returning to a project that deserves a second look. Gemini, Mercury is your ruling planet, so you'll often feel its retrogrades more noticeably than most signs. This time, Mercury is moving backward through Cancer, highlighting your finances, personal values, and sense of security. You may find yourself reviewing your budget, reconsidering purchases, or rethinking how you earn and spend your money. An unexpected expense or delayed payment could encourage you to become more organized with your finances. This isn't the ideal time for impulsive spending or making major financial commitments without careful research. On a deeper level, Mercury retrograde asks you to reflect on your self-worth. Are you valuing your talents and time appropriately, or have you been selling yourself short? By slowing down and making thoughtful adjustments now, you'll be in a stronger position to move forward once Mercury turns direct. Remember, sometimes the greatest investment you can make is believing in your own value. Cancer, this Mercury retrograde is happening in your sign, making it one of the most personal transits you'll experience this year. You may feel more reflective, nostalgic, or emotionally sensitive than usual as old memories, unfinished conversations, or unresolved feelings come back into focus. This is an opportunity to reconnect with parts of yourself that you've neglected while gaining a clearer understanding of where you're headed next. Others may misunderstand your intentions, so be patient when expressing your thoughts and avoid making snap decisions based on temporary emotions. It's also wise to review personal goals, update long-term plans, and think carefully before making significant changes to your appearance or launching something completely new. Mercury retrograde isn't asking you to stop moving forward. It simply wants you to make sure your next step is aligned with who you truly are. By the end of this cycle, you may discover that the answers you've been searching for were within you all along. Leo, Mercury retrograde in Cancer shines a light on your subconscious mind, inviting you to slow down and pay attention to what's happening beneath the surface. You may notice vivid dreams, stronger intuition, or emotions that seem to come out of nowhere. Rather than brushing them aside, take time to reflect on what they're trying to tell you. This is a powerful period for healing, meditation, journaling, or simply giving yourself more time to rest and recharge. You may also find yourself revisiting old fears, regrets, or situations that never felt fully resolved. While that can feel uncomfortable at times, it also offers an opportunity to let go of emotional baggage that's been weighing you down. Behind-the-scenes projects may move more slowly than expected, so don't be discouraged by delays. Sometimes progress happens quietly, and this retrograde encourages you to prepare for what's next rather than rushing toward it. Trust that the inner work you do now will strengthen your confidence and clarity once Mercury turns direct. Virgo, as Mercury is also your ruling planet, you're likely to feel this retrograde more personally. With Mercury moving backward through Cancer, your attention turns toward friendships, social circles, networking, and your long-term goals. You may reconnect with old friends, hear from someone you haven't spoken to in years, or find yourself re-evaluating the people you surround yourself with. If misunderstandings arise within a group or organization, resist the urge to jump to conclusions. Patient, honest communication will go much further than reacting emotionally. This is also an excellent time to review your future plans. Goals you've been working toward may need small adjustments before they can fully succeed. Cancer reminds you that meaningful connections are built on trust, loyalty, and emotional support. By the end of this retrograde, you'll likely have a clearer picture of which relationships are helping you grow and which dreams deserve your energy moving forward. Libra, Mercury retrograde in Cancer places your career, reputation, and long-term ambitions under the spotlight. You may find yourself revisiting professional goals, reconnecting with former co-workers or employers, or reconsidering the direction your career is taking. Delays involving promotions, interviews, or important business decisions can be frustrating, but they often provide valuable time to review the details before moving forward. If communication with supervisors or colleagues becomes strained, take a step back before responding. Listening carefully and choosing your words thoughtfully can prevent small misunderstandings from becoming larger problems. This is also an excellent opportunity to update your resume, refine your professional skills, or complete projects that were left unfinished. Cancer reminds you that true success isn't just about achievement. It's also about creating a career that supports your emotional well-being and aligns with your personal values. By the time Mercury turns direct, you'll have a better understanding of where you truly want your professional path to lead. Scorpio, Mercury retrograde in Cancer encourages you to broaden your perspective by revisiting your beliefs, long-term goals, and understanding of the world around you. Plans involving travel, higher education, legal matters, or publishing may experience delays or require revisions. So be flexible if things don't unfold according to your original timeline. Rather than seeing these changes as setbacks, view them as opportunities to gather more information before making an important decision. You may also find yourself returning to a subject you've always wanted to study or reconnecting with a teacher, mentor, or spiritual practice that once inspired you. Cancer's influence encourages emotional wisdom alongside intellectual growth, reminding you that life's greatest lessons often come through personal experience rather than simply acquiring knowledge. Keep an open mind during this retrograde, because a conversation or insight from your past could reshape the direction you're heading. By the end of this cycle, you'll likely feel more confident about the journey ahead and the beliefs that truly guide your life. Sagittarius, Mercury retrograde in Cancer brings your focus to shared resources, financial partnerships, and emotional transformation. This is a time to carefully review loans, taxes, insurance policies, inheritances, or any money that involves another person. If financial delays occur, resist the temptation to make quick decisions out of frustration. Instead, use this period to organize important documents and make sure everything is in order. On a deeper level, this retrograde encourages you to examine the emotional bonds you share with others. Old wounds surrounding trust, vulnerability, or intimacy may resurface, not to hold you back but to give you an opportunity to heal and move forward. Honest conversations can strengthen relationships, provided you're willing to listen as much as you speak. Cancer reminds you that true security isn't only about finances. It's also about knowing you can trust the people who matter most. By the end of this retrograde, you'll likely have a healthier understanding of both your resources and your closest connections. Capricorn, Mercury retrograde in Cancer directly impacts your relationships, making this an important time to reflect on how you communicate with partners, close friends, family members, and important people in your life. Because Cancer sits opposite your sign, you may become more aware of the balance between your own needs and the needs of others. Past relationships or unresolved conversations could return, offering an opportunity for closure, forgiveness, or a fresh understanding. If you're in a committed relationship, avoid making assumptions and instead ask questions with patience and compassion. Business partnerships and contracts should also be reviewed carefully before making major commitments. While delays can be frustrating, they often reveal details that deserve a second look. Cancer encourages you to approach your relationships with greater emotional openness rather than trying to solve everything through logic alone. By the time Mercury turns direct, You'll have a clearer picture of which relationships are growing stronger and what changes can help create deeper trust and mutual understanding moving forward. Aquarius, Mercury retrograde in Cancer turns your attention to your daily routines, work environment, and overall well-being. Over the next few weeks, you may need to revisit unfinished tasks, reorganize your schedule, or make adjustments to habits that are no longer supporting your health or productivity. Miscommunications with coworkers or delays on the job are possible, so be patient and double-check important details before moving forward. This is also an excellent time to review your diet, exercise routine, or self-care practices. Rather than trying to do more, Mercury retrograde encourages you to work smarter and create routines that are sustainable over the long term. Cancer reminds you that caring for yourself isn't a luxury. It's the foundation that allows you to care for everything else in your life. By the time Mercury turns direct, you'll likely have a better system in place that helps you feel more organized, balanced, and in control of your daily responsibilities. Pisces, Mercury retrograde in Cancer lights up your sector of creativity, romance, joy, and self-expression. This can be a wonderfully nostalgic period, inspiring you to reconnect with hobbies, creative projects, or passions that once brought you happiness. Someone from your romantic past may unexpectedly reappear, or unresolved emotions could surface, giving you an opportunity to gain clarity and closure. If you're currently dating, take your time getting to know someone rather than rushing into commitments while Mercury is retrograde. Creatively, this is an ideal time to revise, edit, or improve existing work instead of starting something entirely new. Cancer's nurturing energy encourages you to express your emotions openly and create from the heart. Whether through art, music, writing, or simply spending time with loved ones, you'll discover that your greatest inspiration comes from embracing what genuinely moves you. By the end of this retrograde, you'll likely feel more connected to your creativity, your emotions, and the people who bring joy into your life. Mercury retrograde in Cancer may slow things down, but that doesn't mean it's something to fear. In many ways, it's an opportunity to pause, reflect, and reconnect with the parts of your life that deserve a second look. Whether you're revisiting old conversations, healing family relationships, reorganizing your finances, or simply taking time to understand your emotions, this retrograde invites you to move forward with greater awareness instead of rushing ahead. Remember to be patient with communication, double-check important details, and give yourself permission to slow down when life feels uncertain. Sometimes the delays we experience aren't obstacles at all. They're opportunities to make better choices and build a stronger foundation for the future. I'd love to hear how this Mercury retrograde is showing up in your life. Let me know your zodiac sign and your experiences in the comments below. If you found this forecast helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future astrology updates, monthly horoscopes, and cosmic forecasts. Thank you so much for watching Celestial Zodiac, and until next time, take care of yourself, trust the timing of the universe, and I'll see you in the next video.